Okay, so it's a little loud, just in general, but the knock is very quiet. It's only tapping here and there. And you know what? I believe you guys now. That sounds like cracked flex plate. It sounds this direction, not that direction. And it's hit or miss, very intermittent. When it was really loud and consistent, it was hard to tell, but no. That's gotta be a flex plate. It's not the bolts itself. It's gotta be cracked. Let's see if I can do this. So, let's see if we can take a peek in there. Okay, so if you need a brief introduction of flex plates, flywheels, and what in the heck's all going on here and how to take this stuff off, check the video on checking for loose flex plate bolts, and you'll get a nice description. But today we're just going to get right into the meat of her. So we've got our inspection cover off. I found out we don't have to take that bolt off to get a cover off. Cool. Okay, so now we can get a better view, and we don't have to bullshit. So, yeah, we're gonna check for cracks better than last time, because last time, you know, I was just getting salty because everyone kept saying bolts, 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 bolts. I'm like, that's not the fucking bolts. So yeah, I didn't really take it too seriously checking for cracks. But I don't know, there's some ridges up there that look a little interesting. So the thing is, you're not gonna easily see these things because they're going to be basically right all the way up here where they mount. So between the crankshaft. So what we're going to try today, we're going to loosen up all the bolts on the flex plate to torque converter, so that way it can separate and move for the most part. And we're going to turn the engine and see if we see any cracks. So I'm going to leave one bolt loosely attached just so that the torque converter stays together with the engine, so it should be a little easier. We're going to turn the crankshaft with that 19 mil or 3/4 inch socket, rotate it and pry on it and see if we can see any movement. Hopefully this will be an easier way to find a crack before you pull a transmission to find out, oh, that wasn't the problem after all. So trying to get these bolts, or trying to get these nuts out, gonna be a pain in the ass. I forget the size, but hopefully our impact boy over here can make quick work of it, because otherwise you're just gonna spin the engine trying to get them free. So yeah, start burning them out. Time to take a small commercial break to clean the fucking driveway. What the fuck, over? Jeep soup? Trying to get my feet dirt. Okay, so we finally got most of the bolts off. We just got this last one, and it's loose. So take a listen. That sounds like the noise. Sound familiar? So I think that's the issue, but I don't really see any movement. I don't see any cracking. Well, that's got to be it, right? Yes, I don't know. I don't see the problem, but I can hear the problem. So I don't know, maybe it is the flex plate. I mean, I wouldn't complain, I guess. At least it's not the engine. So, I think the weirdest thing with this is that it is specific to where you pry on it. So I rotated this another quarter turn, this is still that same bolt, and I tried prying on this side of it, and it doesn't make any noise. But I bring it back over to this side, and it makes noise. And you barely got to pry on it. It doesn't take a lot. Like, it's kind of like reminiscent to how, like, on a Snapple bottle, you can, like, pop the fucking kidding me. It's like a Snapple bottle where you can snap the cap and make that poppy noise. I guess that's kind of what's going on here. Like, if I can get this all in the shot. So yeah, I guess that's the issue. I don't see the issue, but I hear it. So I don't know. Is that enough to have to try to pull this fucking thing and replace the plate? I guess. It's not gonna be fun. I don't know. But we found a noise, so we might be onto something here. Okay, so, yeah. I think it's probably the Flexplate. What do you think? So while we're here, if you got any suggestions for upgrades or something, I'm going to need a new Flexplate. And, from what I hear, it's a little harder for, Renix to get the right plate, because some manufacturers make them with the, CPS timing marks all wrong. So you put it all back together, and the fucking thing doesn't run right. It'll start maybe, but the second you try to bring it above idle, it just, stalls out, runs like shit. So, we'll have to make sure to get a flex plate that's properly made. And one of my buddies was suggesting maybe replacing the torque converter while I'm in there. I really don't like replacing things if they're not dead yet, and I've taken decent care of my transmission. It's got a cooler in it, it's got a gauge in it, and I don't overheat it anymore, and it seems to run fine. But, yeah, I don't know if there's any suggestions or anything, or if you think it's something else, or something else I should try or something, yeah, let me know. But, that's all for now. It's still cold, it's still winter, and it still sucks outside, so we'll get to this eventually. Or I'll just run it till it blows up. One or the other. Ain't that Jeep life?